Be the mayor next to Andrew.
I sit here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll sit. You sit next to me. I'll sit.
Where do you want to sit?
You can sit. Yeah.
Okay, you sit here and then.
I'll sit one over. Fair enough. By the way, I'm making this change because it's not
Follow me. You know what, Bob? We're gonna go outside. We're gonna just take care of it.
You can have it.
We're gonna take
Okay,
care of it. I've been waiting.
no stroking like
And
that.
by the way,
Can you hear me?
my boss would disagree with me. And
I'm going to put you
we
on
had that
conference
argument.
call and bring Philippe in, okay? Please
Someone
hold.
to
Yes, thank you.
for
You're welcome.
someone
Please
to
hold.
initiates the actions.
Hello.
Hello, Carlitha.
Hey, Stevie.
How are you?
I'm fine. I didn't hear what you were saying to everybody, but your phone locked me out too quick.
Well, you're in the public now.
Well, I was gonna say, I have you in the public now.
Yeah, I know.
I
know.
will text you,
Okay, no problem.
okay? All right,
Yeah, that's fine.
I have you on speakerphone. I'm going to put you on,
Okay.
I'm going to put you on conference, and I'm going to bring in Virginia.
Okay, thank you, dear.
You're welcome. Hold on, please. Virginia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Thank you, Virginia. Carlitha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Wonderful, ladies, it's working. Okay, just let me know if you can't hear, all right?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you both.
13th. Apropos. Sure.
Anyone else for public comments? Special meeting of the Morrisville Borough Council will come to order. Thank you all for coming tonight. I want to point out before we start that at 6 o'clock tonight, we had an executive session to discuss certain personnel matters and possible litigation. Now, to start the meeting, I'd like for you to please stand and join with me in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have the sheet up.
Yeah, no, I got it. Oh, yeah. Okay, can we have a roll call? Virginia of the council.
Yes. Catherine Price Engelhardt,
Present.
Eleanor Lovewood,
Here.
Andrew Lubin,
Here.
Jason Maness,
Here.
Carlitha Murray. Here. Bob Paul,
Here.
Scott Robinson,
Here.
Nancy Sherlock,
Here.
our Borough Solicitor,
Scott Holbert on behalf of Flagrant Associates.
thank you, Scott, and of course our Borough Manager.
Present. In Virginia, we have one other attorney present.
Chris Gerber, Labor Council.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Gerber. I thank you.
Okay, thank you, Virginia. Now we'll move on to public comment section. Please, when I call your name, come to the podium, state your name and address, and you're limited to 3 minutes. And I promise you I'm going to have to enforce that tonight because I've been pretty sloppy of recent meetings. In any case, first off, we have, is that Hal Wilcox?
Hal Wilcox, 52 Harrison Avenue. Well, I spoke at the last meeting, and I think I told you how I feel about the chief. He's always been here for this town. I don't know why it's coming to this. And, for somebody that's put his life into this work, I just don't understand why it has come to this. It's embarrassing.
Thank you. Peggy Walsh.
My name is Peggy Walsh, and I live on Stockham Avenue, and I have been here for 40 years as a taxpayer. The last time I was here, I expressed my really upsetness at what I have perceived to be unprofessional, childish, partisan behavior by some members of this current council and their seeming disregard for doing what it takes to make our borough a place where young families want to live and raise their children. I said that it seemed to me that rather than working for the good of the borough, many of you were interested in petty grievances, circulating vicious lies, and self-promotion. Obviously, my remarks fell on deaf ears because at that very meeting, the same disturbing behavior and comments were on display. And the vicious council election in the second ward, which was riddled with lies and self-deception, also proved my point. Tonight, I want to reiterate that I'm here in support of our chief and to reassert my disappointment that you have spent my tax dollars to pay a lawyer to target him. I find your actions especially upsetting because you found money to bring a frivolous lawsuit while deciding to totally gut our library children's program. You did this without consulting the library board staff to see what they might do to reduce their own budget. You just slashed away until there was nothing left in the budget for our children. All of the other libraries in Bucks County prioritize their children's programs because they realize how vital they are to the community. As I stated last time, you have no problems paying for the rent and travel of our borough manager, and that's not to disparage her, but it's a fact, who already makes $140,000 a year, a salary that seems way out of line for a financially struggling borough like Morrisville. Part of the problem is your total lack of transparency and collaboration about what you're doing behind those closed doors of your executive sessions, from budgets to hiring to lawsuits. The funny thing is that the discussion of these meetings mysteriously appear on a certain resident's Facebook page. This resident is known for her vitriol and misinformation, but she definitely has an in on this council. Again, I know you have a hard job, but you ran willingly, so you should take responsibilities for your actions. I don't know what you have decided regarding Chief McClay. Once again, I ask you to stop wasting borough tax dollars on needless lawsuits. Try being more collaborative, supportive, and transparent as you work through budget issues and disagreements. Stop encouraging the rumor mill in the borough or actually starting rumors yourself. Morrisville has many strengths, but if you're caught up in an infighting, power struggles, politics, and ego stroking, you will not be fulfilling your duty as council members. Thank you.
Thank you. Diane Lanahan.
Hi, I'm Diane Lanahan, 548 Barclay Avenue. I came here tonight so that everyone on the board could see my face and know that I put a letter of interest in to become the appointed mayor to fulfill the remainder of the mayor's duties for the next 2 years. And I just wanted to be here so that you could see me and let you know that I'm very interested in obtaining the position for the next 2 years to show this borough that for the 10 years I've been here, I've worked hard in this town to help people, to try to bring people together. We're too small to have D's and R's after our name. We are too small of a town to be fighting over our voting lines. It's ridiculous. We're 1.7 square miles of human beings. We need to bring this town together and do what it takes to make this town better. If every other town around us can do it, we can do it. We need to stop fighting. I've always been bullied my whole life, and this town's got a lot of bullies. And I've been partisan to some of that sometimes, and I've grown And I've made amends with people, and I'm still making amends, but I want you to know that I am here as a better person, and I want to make this a better town. And I would hope that everyone on this board would consider voting for me to be the interim mayor for the next 2 years. I would really appreciate all of your votes. Thanks. Have a good night.
Thank you. Margaret Connors.
Hi, Margaret Connors. I live on Stevens Road, not even a Morrisville Borough citizen, but I attend all the Morrisville Borough activities. I see the chief around all the time. I see him on his bike. I see him at community activities. It would be a terrible, terrible loss to lose him. That's all I got.
Gary Taylor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Gary Taylor, 405 Hamilton Boulevard, Morrisville. You've all seen me before. I think you've all seen the letter I sent you all, so you know where my feelings are on this particular matter. I encourage you to look back again, have copies if you'd like to see it. I want to thank those who are in support of the mayor. I do want to honor you folks, and I recognize that you don't get paid very much to do your job, and I know it takes a lot of time. So I thank you for that, regardless of whether I agree with you or not. I know you try to spend a lot of time overseeing our borough, and I thank you for that. I'm a veteran, retired from the Army, U.S. Army as a colonel. I've got a daughter who served in Iraq. I've got a son-in-law with 2 Purple Hearts. I've got a son who works in federal law enforcement. I think I know these type of individual and the type of work that this type of individual should do with my background and my family's background. I want to say that Chief McClay has done community policing since before community policing became a thing. Before we ever talked about it, before it ever became after the George Floyd and all this other kind of stuff, he was out there with our community doing that community policing, and I appreciate that. I've been in touch with him for many things. He's been known through this action, and he's been at the Halloween things we have. He's been down at the National Night Out. He's been a dunk tank at these places, so he's not one that just stays in his office and orders other people around. He's actually out there with the people. You won't be able to find that, I don't think, anyplace else. His experience in Philadelphia as a police officer has given us the big town operations experience that allow him to be the little town police chief. And I think that we really need to thank him for his actions, and I encourage us to be thanking him for what he's done for our community rather than trying to fire him. I don't think you'll find anybody else. I hope you're not finding anybody else that is just a friend of somebody here's, but that if you ever do that, which I would highly recommend you don't do, that you make sure that you don't just try to bring in somebody else to get the job. Morrisville's known for, having family that becomes hired here, and that's okay. We're a small town, and that's good. We have a lot of possibilities that way. But I can call him anytime. I've got a cell phone number. He has mine. When things go down at the youth center, not at the youth center, but in that area, he'll call me and say, hey, can we have the cameras feed for what's happening down there? And we'll give him the camera feeds. If there's something happening around here, we have cameras at the church. He'll ask for the camera feeds. We always try to support him, and he tries to do his best. I would encourage you to do that. I don't have really a planned speech tonight, other than that. And I think this borough council will be known for this decision tonight, such as past borough councils are known for decisions they have made. This is the primary decision that I think this borough council will be remembered for. So I urge you to make the right decision, not the wrong one. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're now moving on to action items for tonight. The first is to consider a motion to take disciplinary action against a borough police officer. In that vein, I move to terminate the employment of Chief George McClay, effective immediately in accordance with Borough Code and Civil Service regulations.
So moved.
No, I made the motion.
Oh, okay.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Let's vote by voice on this one, Virginia.
Yes.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Yes.
Yes, by voice.
Exactly the opposite.
Okay. Mr. Lubin,
Yes.
Mr. Paul,
Yes.
Mrs. Murray? Yes. Mr. Ines,
Yes.
Ms. Oahu,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Price Engelberg,
No.
Mrs. Sherlock.
No.
Thank you, Virginia. Oh,
Yes.
okay, the motion carries 6-2. Any other business? Okay, there be
I
no other
make a
business.
motion to adjourn.
Okay, second to that?
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you. Oh,
Let's go back to the executive session.
Scott, do I make an announcement?
Make an announcement now.
As you're all filing out, I also want to make an announcement that we're going back into executive session to,
There will be no action afterwards.
and there will be no further action. So that's it for tonight's meeting. Thank you.